Hello everyone, and good evening to you. Sunday evening, January 24th? Yeah, January 24th. Had a really good day today. Went down to Ventura and took 2 workshops with Aadil Palkhivala. We did standing poses and twists, and I really enjoyed myself. I had a nice day. And I really enjoy Aadil Palkhivala as a teacher, the philosophy that he brings to his classes. Always very uplifting and insightful. What I always get out of, even though you go down there and we focus on asana, really, you can't escape the philosophy that Aadil brings. He usually will open his workshops with a little bit of philosophy, which I absolutely love his philosophies. What I always take from Aadil's workshops, which only happen about once a year in Ventura, I've yet to actually go to his studio. Yoga Centers is what it's called, in Bellevue, Washington. That's Washington State. I plan to go to that school. It's one of my long-term goals to be able to achieve 2,000 hour certification, Purna Yoga certification. So what I always get from Aadil when I see him is the importance of living your Dharma. He calls it Dharma, and what he means by Dharma is your life's purpose. What you were born to do. The reason why your soul chose the body that you're in. And when I leave there, I always feel inspired and I feel rooted and worry-free. I trust and have faith in the whispers of my soul, if you will. The voice of my heart. I trust that. You know, there's a lot of things happening in my life right now that are uncertain, that I hope to be able to share with you soon. But there's some uncertainties in a lot of the different things that I am doing. One of those being my new job. You know, there's just a level of uncertainty. You know, when you start something new, you're just not. There's an uncertainty. That's all I can really describe it as. When I come from a job that I was at for 10 years. And within uncertainty, there is an element of insecurity, and there's an element of, well, you're not sure what's going to happen. So what you remain rooted in is your faith and your trust that what you were born to do is what you will do. That when you listen to the heart and you listen to your heart, and you follow your heart, that is the path that you're supposed to be on, and with trust you pursue it, knowing that it will manifest for you and support you, right? And what I mean by support is not only will it please you to do what you love, but of course, and obviously, it will support you financially, because that is definitely a need that we all have. You know, we all need to make money. That's just the way it is. We can't live without it. Without it, we wouldn't have the things that we have. We wouldn't have the shelter. We wouldn't have the food. Basically, we wouldn't have the vehicle to live a life of abundance. So we need financial security. And that's probably the biggest worry that most people face is, if I pursue what I love, will I have the security financially? And that is my concern oftentimes, that if I really am in that pursuit, will everything be okay? So when I leave there, I do feel that sense. Not as though he gives it to me, because he definitely doesn't. He just is it. And it's hard to escape that atmosphere that he brings into the room, that energy that he has. And it is a definite reminder that what else is there but to pursue what you love, to pursue your Dharma, as he calls it. So even though you go there to learn some asana and to learn some approaches to asana, and you're focusing on certain elements like today, standing poses and twists, what I get from it is something much, much more. And it also inspires me to teach like that, because yoga is so much more than stretching. In fact, some of the stuff that people call yoga that's happening in fitness clubs, and that people put the name yoga on books and stuff like that, it's not yoga. It's not really yoga. It's called asana. Asana is the stretching part of yoga. It's the third limb in the 8 limbs of Ashtanga yoga. So look that up if you want to learn more about it. So I find it funny that oftentimes that stuff is called yoga. So what Aadil brings is yoga, and that's what I try to bring as well. An element of self-exploration, an element of not only, of course, obviously becoming physically fit, but more importantly, using the vehicle, using this body that we're in to dig deeper into our humanness, so that the questions like, what is my purpose in life, become more clear. Strange how that happens, but that is what happens. We develop a heightened sense of awareness and consciousness, and from that, it is clear when your heart is telling you when to do something. So, for example, the last couple weeks, there's been this deep message that's telling me that I need to rest, regardless of what anybody thinks. Regardless of whether I really need to cancel a yoga class, yoga being something that I love, cancel teaching a yoga class, whether the students don't appreciate it or not. It doesn't matter if I need it. Now, I'm not saying that cancel your whole life. I'm not saying that, because when you commit to things, obviously you have to stay committed to those things. But there comes times when you just need to listen, and not only listen, but do what the thing inside of you is telling, what your heart is telling you to do. That is what yoga is. That deeper exploration, that heightened sense of consciousness, so that we can really understand why we're here. And that's what I get from Aadil Palkhivala. And that's why I want to go to his school and learn Purna Yoga. So look this stuff up if you have any questions about what Purna Yoga is, and what Ashtanga Yoga is, the 8 limbs that Patanjali lays out. Look all that stuff up if you're more interested. Obviously, I can't really cover that in a 10-minute video log, but if you're interested in yoga, you can look that stuff up. So that's what I got from today, and it's a very, very worthwhile to go to Ventura and experience a teacher like Aadil Palkhivala, who he himself studied with P.K. Iyengar. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday evening, and I hope that your week begins with joy, and that you have a very wonderful and present-filled, conscious week this week. Like I said, I'm working on being in the present and doing things with grace and ease, sort of creating art out of each little thing that I do, and I'm going to update you guys this week as I do that. So have a wonderful week. You can join me in this process, and we can share. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.